Coming to stage right now, folks, I'm really thrilled to have this gentleman on the show because you know what we like. We like progressives, and this gentleman is a true progressive. He is a teacher, just like Steph Zamorano. He's also a lawyer, right? Like no one here. And he's a very progressive politician, and he's representing California's 17th district. He's here for us tonight. Make him feel welcome. Khanna is here, ladies and gentlemen. Congressman Khanna. Congressman Khanna. How are you? Now, he's not going to be funny. So people, I'm sure there's a couple people like, is he really a congressman? Yeah, he's really. So I just wanted, let's get that out of the way. All right, no, you know what? I forgot to tell. I had jokes I was supposed to tell before I brought you up, but I'm going to skip them. Did you hear Bill O'Reilly? I'll do one of the jokes. Did you hear Bill O'Reilly thinks there's women who actually... No, skip it. Anyway... Bill O'Reilly thinks there's women who want to fuck their way onto his podcast. I know, I said skip it. Anyway, all right. Listen, Ro, thanks so much for doing the show. Thanks for coming down. Now, you made a special trip to come do the show, correct?
I did. I wish Congress was as funny as...
Oh, no. Yeah. You know what? Often Congress people are unintentionally as funny as he is, but never intentionally as funny as he is. So you don't have to worry about that. Now tell people, now the reason, one of the big reasons why I like you as a politician is that you're the real deal, meaning that not only do you espouse progressive policies, but you don't take money from corporations or super PACs. Is that true?
Yeah, no PACs.
You don't know what you're missing. Your tea times are shit.
There's 6 of us in Congress who don't take PAC or lobbyist money. You know, the California, some of the Bernie folks have this resolution in California for the Democratic Party. Actually, a really simple resolution that no California elected official should take corporate PAC money or lobbyist money. I'm one of them endorsing it.
So that's, you're going to introduce that into the California?
It's at the California Party on May 21st. They have this convention.
The Democratic Convention?
Democratic Convention. Now, there are only 6 of us in all of Congress. I've introduced it in Congress with 2 people. Unfortunately, there are not many people even in my own party who don't want to take PAC or lobbyist money. Because the reality is you can get about $1 million without trying with these corporate PACs. And that's probably the biggest problem in our democracy. So we said, okay, some of the Bernie folks, you'd think in California, we could be an example. And Bernie showed that you can raise a lot of money online. So you don't really need these PACs or lobbyists. But I'm hoping more than one person in the California delegation will actually end up endorsing this resolution.
So who are the people? Yes, feel free. This is amazing. He's not just someone running. He's actually a congressperson. Who are the other people in Congress who don't take super PAC money? Can you tell us?
The PAC money, it's Bernie, of course, is the example, but there's a Beto O'Rourke who is a guy. He's running against Ted Cruz in Texas.
Oh, that's right, in Texas.
And there are a few. There's Jared Polis, Sarbanes in Maryland, and there are 2 Republicans actually. Roe and Francis Rooney. So there's 6 of us who don't do it. And it's not, the point is whether you take it or not, you don't have to continue to take it. And so it's not like a moral judgment. It's just the country wants us to get off PAC money, get off lobbyist money. Let's do this. And if you've been taking it in the past, fine. Just now start not taking it. It's a pretty simple thing.
So, you know what? I will consider that. I considered it.
That's about the reaction I get in Congress.
So that's what my next question was. What are your fellow Democrats, not only Republicans, but what do your fellow Democrats say? Do you ever approach them about not taking super PAC money, or what did they say when you approached them with this resolution? What did they say?
Well, they say, look, you're the new kid on block because I just got elected, and you want to have a long career here, and you don't want to be making rubbing it in people's faces. And I say, look, I don't think I'm any morally better than anyone else. It's not like, oh, I'm holier than thou. It's that we just had a whole election, right? and Bernie Sanders ran saying we got to get rid of the corporate money and lobbyist money. And Donald Trump, who I disagree with, ran saying let's get rid of, drain the swamp. So it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that people are pretty tired of corporations and lobbyists. And we have to, that's what they're saying, right? I mean, it seems so obvious. And my argument to them is you'll probably get more support online and others if you take this pledge. But for whatever reason, it's slow. Here's my view. Every Democrat running this cycle, they ought to take this pledge. If they're running in a district,
Wow, that's a big statement, Ro.
give up PAC money, give up lobbyist money. I think.
You mean even Chuck Schumer should take it?
Well, he's already there. He's already there. But you just want to get me in real trouble on the show.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't mean to get... No, Chuck Schumer's a fine guy. Everybody loves him, and he's doing the Lord's work, and he really cares about the people.
I think he's a monster.
That's right, because he didn't want to cut Meals on Wheels, right? Yeah, that's right. Okay. So, what do you think the chances of... Go ahead.
Let me say where I actually respectfully disagreed with Schumer and some of the party. You saw when Trump...
Please be respectful.
Here's respect. when the whole bombing happened in Syria.
The bombing in Syria?
Yeah, and the first statement out from Schumer and others was it was an appropriate response. I mean, my view is 15 years we've had war, right? The terrorists were, after 9/11 at the Pakistan-Afghanistan border, after 15 years of intervention in Libya, in Iraq, now in Syria, they're all over the world. So how is it that more bombing is going to make us safe? And we ought to, as a Democrat, have a clear foreign policy alternative. And I know you've criticized it, but it's just mind-boggling to me that we wouldn't have an opposition to those strikes.
Well, we do. There is a peace wing to the Democratic Party, but what the leadership at the Democratic Party thinks is appropriate is that they turn the lights off on them and play sound cannons when they're trying to make their voice heard at the Democratic National Convention. Because there was a warmonger on stage named Leon Panetta, who we played on the show, who laughs about when they ask him how many shooting wars we're in. He's like, I'll have to stop and think about it. That's a quote from Leon Panetta. And so when he was on stage at the Democratic National Convention, the peace wing of the Democratic Party started to boo him. We don't want to see a warmonger on stage. We don't need to see a guy like that. What'd they do? They turned out the lights on those people because they thought they were Bernie people? No, there's actually a fucking anti-war wing of the Democratic Party. That's actually your base.
I bet it's right here.
That's your base. And the reason why they did that, and you can correct me if I'm wrong or don't even mention it, or you don't have to comment on this, but the reason why they did that was because their donors don't want to hear from those people. Their donors are the military-industrial frickin' complex, you know it and I know it, and they want more war. And they don't want to hear from the peace people. Who the fuck? Grow up! Grow up, bite the bullet, and vote for more war. That's what people told me every day last summer, and I didn't grow up, and I didn't bite the bullet, and here we have war anyway.
Jimmy, I can tell you that one of the reasons I enjoy going to war is it silences my father's voice in my head telling me I'm weak. And I make money.
So what do you think? Why do you think there isn't an opposition party anymore in this country? Why isn't there an opposition to all these wars?
Well, I don't get it. Even if you look at it from a purely national security interest, what makes us safer? I mean, I go back. The Republicans may like this. That to John Quincy Adams, someone who was back in 1830, and he had a very simple statement. He said America shouldn't go out to destroy monsters because when we do that, we often end up using force, and that's going to make us not be seen as a force for liberty, but as a dictatorial force, and that's not what America's role should be. And we have had a foreign policy of recent times that hasn't made us more safe. Here's the basic thing I don't understand. When there's something that happens humanitarian in a way that's good, we're building schools or refugees, it's always got an international face. right? It doesn't have an American face. And if they're missiles in Syria, why do we want them to have an American label? It's going to create a generation more of hate, and it's not doing anything to make us more safe. So it's not some, oh, you don't care about American security. If we're attacked directly, fine, respond. But to go meddling and intervening in a way that's making the world less safe and our country less safe has just been wrong-headed. And someone, Bernie was saying it.
So what do I tell my dad?
Ro, I didn't realize you were a Kremlin puppet, but really, I'll believe that you're not a Kremlin puppet as soon as you endorse bombing people that don't have anything to do with us. All right, this is what's happening. Well, Ro, we need more people like you in Congress because, right now there's a unity tour happening, so don't you guys want to unify? Come on.